If you're an Amazon influencer struggling to get the results that you want, this video is for you. I'm doing a complete storefront audit on one of our viral view users. She posted earlier this morning basically saying, hey, I'm struggling. I feel like I'm not getting the results that I would have hoped for. What's going on? Can anyone offer me advice? I dove into her storefront and I found a lot of cool, interesting things of different things that I feel like she should be focusing on, some things that she should be avoiding. And I asked her for permission if I could make an actual in-depth video, and she agreed to it. So that's what this video is. And we're going to give you some context here of who this individual is and kind of where she's at in her journey. But if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to like the video, subscribe, drop a comment. I appreciate your guys' support. And let's jump into our Facebook group. All right, so here we are, and this is the post. And just quick side note, if you are not yet a member of the community group, I'll put the link in the description. You just need to sign up for Viral View, whether it's a free or paid membership, and you guys will have access to this community of over 2,000 members where you can ask your questions, and myself and thousands of others are here and happy to help you. So it's an amazing resource, and that's the goal of this community, is for people to post things just like this, and then there's 14 comments of other members chiming in, and then it's going to result in a video like this that hopefully you guys find valuable. So again, I'll put the link in the description to sign up for Viral View. But here's the post. She said, hey, I want someone to look at my storefront and offer me advice. Before February 5th, I had 21 videos, and then kind of breaks down like her clicks, how many shipped items, and creator connections. And then she mentions that she got Viral View Pro on February 5th. And so today, at the time of filming, it is the 23rd. So it has been a full 17 days of using Viral View. And she now currently has 169 videos. So that's 148 more than January, which first, I want to give kudos to this individual because that's amazing. Going out and filming 148 videos in the last not even 3 weeks, 17 days, that's amazing. If you can continue with that, I mean, a lot of the problems that you're experiencing will just kind of auto resolve itself. But that's the first thing, is like, that's huge. So that alone, I mean, I would say that's some really big progress. But her concern is within the numbers. And as I kind of analyze this storefront and break down the numbers, we're going to see if there's a valid concern or if it's a strategy issue or if it's kind of a combination of both. But as you can see, January, she shipped 36 items and had 4 creator connections shipped items. And February, which in the first 22 days, which the month's not yet over, has 36 items shipped, which that's progress from the previous month. We're in a shorter month and the month's not even over yet. And then she's had 6 creator connections shipped. So first and foremost, there was progress. It may not look like a lot, and I'm going to kind of analyze of why that might be. But a lot of times people look at these numbers and they kind of get freaked out. They're like, oh, what's happening? Like, I don't see a 10x within the first 17 days. Like, what's going on? And again, that's a valid concern, but I'm going to kind of address that here in a second, and then we'll analyze the videos, products, and that will also answer some of those concerns as well. So that's kind of the scenario here. And now that we kind of have some context, we're going to dive into her actual storefront and see what's going on. So here it is right here. And what I love about Viral View is there is a storefront scanner. So you can come right here and look at the videos. You can see where she's being placed. You can see the revenue. You can see the potential of the products. And as you can see, we got the 170 right there. We'll open up product view, and this is going to pull up all of the products and sort them from best to worst. You can come over here to video view, and this is going to show the actual video. You're going to see the last seen placement. You're going to be able to see the upload date. So as you can see, a lot of these have been uploaded recently. You can look at her first video uploaded was back in 2025, so almost a year ago. And it looks like she posted a handful of videos last year in April, and then didn't do anything with it until this year. So there was basically like 10, 11 months of no uploading, which that alone can have an impact on your account, whether that's good or bad. We'll kind of analyze all those different things. But with viral view, I can kind of analyze and look at the data and be like, okay, what's actually happening, and look at the numbers. And so I kind of have a Google Doc of some things that I kind of wanted to highlight. And this is kind of the response that I gave her, but it was more in depth with actually like written words. But for the video, I'm just going to go through each individual one and kind of break down what I mean by each thing that I have written. So jumping into the first thing that I noticed in the audit is all of her videos are vertical. Now, not all of them, they're like 95%, but what we have seen, vertical videos, for whatever reason, just don't produce the same results as horizontal. And then not to mention, when it comes to cross-posting, when you post to YouTube, horizontal videos are better because you can have clickable links in the description. If you post vertical short-form content on YouTube, you can't have clickable links. And so right there, I would definitely recommend this individual to film horizontally. Now, if there is a particular product that just does not work horizontally, it is okay to do vertical content. I'm not saying that never film vertical, but I would focus the vast majority of your content moving forward to make sure it is horizontal. Now, if there is a change in the algorithm or whatever that may be, I will let you know. But for now, horizontal content does outperform vertical content. And just looking at some data to back this up is if you go to the Viral View web app, we have a profits dashboard and you can go to device performance. And what we have seen is the vast majority of creators, majority of their sales come from desktop. And if it's desktop, you want horizontal content. And you can see 60% of sales have come from desktop. And so for me, this is just one of those things where I'm going to film horizontal. And if for whatever reason the product looks better vertically, then I will do a vertical piece of content. But my main focus is horizontal. So that's the first thing that I wanted to point out on her storefront. The second is the time. It hasn't even been 3 weeks. It's been 17 days of implementing these new strategies. And I hate to break it to people, but building a business and building momentum is going to take a lot more than 17 days. And it might feel like a lot of time, but I promise if you kept up with that same momentum, the same posting rate of, you post 148 pieces of content. That's 7+ videos per day. If you can continue doing that for the next year, you'll look back on this post or where you were at in January, February of 2026, and you will be mind blown at the progress. And that's not changing anything else. Literally just keeping doing what you're doing and just staying consistent and having time on your side, you will see success. And so a lot of times people throw in the towel too early, or they think that results should happen almost instantly. And in certain cases, they can happen instantly, but it depends on your storefront. And that's where I'm going to get into to the sixth tip is the Creator Connections products. But for this particular storefront, it's only been 3 weeks and it hasn't been enough time. And then not to mention the third thing is January and February. It's literally the 2 slowest months of the year. We just came off of Q4, which is the best shopping of the year. Christmas, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, people are just spending and buying. And then January kind of comes and there's a lull. And then you got February and it is slowed down. And then to throw on top of that, you have Chinese New Year, which that means a lot of these brands that are sending people free products are not actively working right now. And so trying to get brand deals is going to be a little bit slower. And so there's just a lot of variables that are happening right in this point of time. And so that's another thing that we have to consider, where I bet if we were talking about this, if she posted the same amount of videos in October to then November, I bet the jump would have been significantly bigger. But since it was during a slower period, you do have to factor that in. And the next thing, again, along these same lines, is 148 videos in 3 weeks is amazing, but a lot of times a video has to be posted for several weeks or even months for it to start getting traction. And again, the majority of the content that was posted on this storefront has been within the last, like we're talking, last 10 days. And so it hasn't even been enough time for there to be much momentum to be built on. And so a lot of these videos haven't even had enough time to establish themselves in top carousels. Amazon hasn't had the time to rotate their videos amongst the other videos. And that's another thing to understand is if you post a video, you can't expect to just earn money right away. It's going to take some time to marinate, to kind of build some credibility and establish yourself, and especially from going basically on a 10-month, 12-month hiatus of not posting influencer videos. And so coming back super strong, it's going to take some time to kind of get that momentum on the account. So that's just another thing to consider right there. So most of these, time will kind of work itself out. If you just continue posting, it's going to eventually pay off. But a lot of times it feels like we're not making progress. But when we take a step back, and when you talk to creators who have been in the business for 2-3 years, like I have, you just need to trust the process and understand what you're doing is going to eventually pay off. It's not going to happen overnight though. Now, jumping into the meat and potatoes, where most of you are going to really enjoy, are the actual audits that I did on the storefront. And so what I did is I came to the storefront, and I can come right here and I can basically organize of like, okay, where is she ranked on both top and bottom carousel? Which products have super high competition? So as you can see, she's reviewed products that have 950 competing influencer videos, 240. And so you're able to kind of just analyze basic things like that. You can also see which products are doing good in revenue, which products are not. And so here is kind of a simple breakdown. So 39 videos have over 75 total influencer videos. So that is almost a third of her content is very, very competitive. And so those videos you can't really expect to make a lot of money on. Now, side note, those videos are not a waste. It's part of building your foundation, which I will get to later on in this video. The next one that I want to look at is you have 15 products that have $0 in sales. So, I mean, 15 videos that you did are never going to generate $1 in commissions because they have 0 sales. And so that's another thing. Again, those aren't wasted, but they're just not going to generate you commissions. You have 11 products with less than 1,000 in sales. And so I went over here and I found, if we come to the storefront, you can see that there are quite a few that don't have that much revenue. Again, not a waste. There's a chance to make commissions, but if they're only selling 1 unit per day, the chances of you making commissions on that is not very likely. I mean, that's 30 units a month. And if there is 3, 8, 5 competing influencer videos, you might be lucky to generate 1 commission on those type of products. So that is another thing to look at. And then lastly, you have 38 videos that are in neither carousels, neither top or bottom. And this could be because of competition, or it could be because there literally is no carousel, because there's no merchant video. And so if we add all of these up, we're talking over 50% of your content, of your videos, is not likely going to convert into commissions. Now, like I mentioned, that doesn't mean that those videos are a waste, because to be honest, it's actually amazing. It's a great foundation. And I think this is where a lot of new influencers get things skewed. They feel like they should be making a ton of money for every single piece of content that they make. And if they look at my storefront, if they look at top creator storefronts, if they look at my brother's content storefront, a lot of videos just don't generate revenue, and that's okay. But the part of it is just building up a foundation, getting the processes down, getting comfortable on camera, getting credibility so that brands want to work with you. And so having a bunch of videos on your storefront never hurts. Now, you don't want to just keep going kamikaze and have thousands of videos on your storefront with no strategy. But in the very beginning, you're kind of going to have to understand that there's going to be a lot of videos that you post that are not going to get any commissions, that are not going to get any traction. And that's okay. It's just part of the process. So I think that's another thing to kind of analyze and look at is you just started, you haven't been at it very long. It's been 17 days and 50% of your videos aren't really generating revenue. And so the increase in commissions are kind of as expected or as they should be. And so now that you have this kind of foundation of you've got 175 videos on your storefront, now is where you can start getting more strategic and start really pulling levers that are going to move the needle. And that leads into the 6th tip that I have for you, and that is creator connection products. And so what I did to audit the creator connection products is I took the 38 videos that were in both top and bottom carousels, and I figured out of those products, which ones have creator connections campaigns opportunities. And so the way that I did that is if you come to the storefront and you open up product view, you can filter which one has both top and bottom placement. And then I clicked on the product titles and I opened up all of them to a different tab. And I was able to basically find out like, okay, this one is no creator connections. This one, it does have a creator connections. And then this one as well. And then I found the ones that do. And again, out of the 38, there was only 4 that have creator connections opportunities. So there's a few things to kind of unpack here. If you want to see the biggest increase in your commissions as quickly as possible, it's going to be focusing on products that have creator connections opportunities. Now, it's not just the fact that they have creator connections opportunities. So like if we come over here, like this one is a good example. Like you've got 10%, it's doing 8,000 in revenue, super low competing influencer video count. That's a decent product. Like that one, you're probably going to potentially make some commissions. Whereas if we come over here to, for example, this one where it does have creator connections, but there's 300 competing influencer videos. So yes, you might be able to generate some commissions here, but the chances are not as likely. And so not all creator connection products are built equally. But out of the storefront, there's only 4. And so if you want to get increased earnings from the find and accept campaign automation that she mentioned in the Facebook post, well, you need to have creator connection products, because if there's not, then getting increased commissions, there's no chance or no opportunity for it. And so that was the last thing, is focus on creator connection products. Now, what I will say for beginners, this is more difficult. And this is why I also mentioned that the videos that she has on her storefront, even though they might not be placed, they might not have the most potential, they might not have sales, it's okay because you're building the foundation. And in order to get creator connections products, you have to have this foundation. You have to have videos on your storefront to show credibility to the brands that you are reaching out to, requesting for samples. And as you build that foundation more and more brands will want to work with you. And then the last thing that I also mentioned is it's literally the worst month possible with Chinese New Year. So you're reaching out to brands and most of them aren't replying. And so I think the issue with this particular post or concern that this individual had was it was a lot of timing. It's just a lot of understanding that you're new, you're a beginner. You're going to have to build that foundation. And then third, the products that you're reviewing just don't have that much potential. But moving forward, now that you have that foundation, you can kind of hone in on that strategy, film horizontal, focus on creator connections products. And I guarantee if you keep up with this rate of posting 7 videos per day, within 2-3 months, I guarantee your commissions will be double, triple, maybe even quadruple what they are at right now. So that's kind of the audit, kind of bringing the entire conclusion, and just to kind of show you proof that this actually does work. Again, here's the post that was just posted 3 hours ago. If we scroll up to just a few minutes ago, I mean, this was not even an hour ago, we've got this individual that said, for the first time since 2023, I've hit $1,000 per month again. On track to double what I made last month thanks to Viral View. So I'm telling you, if you just trust the process, it will happen. And then right here was another one, again, an hour ago. It says, it's been exactly 1 month since I joined. And I am still trying to process what happened. Before joining, she was making around $120 a month. And this month, after getting Viral View, she went up to $800 with 250 videos. So we're talking, that's like a 5x increase in commissions, which is absolutely mind-blowing. And you can see the graph that has just kind of skyrocketed. And so for this individual that is watching, keep the foot on the pedal. And for those that feel like they're in a rut or they're stuck or they're not seeing the increase that they would have hoped for, it's probably because of these few elements. It could be timing. It could be your strategy is a little off, the products that you're reviewing. But again, build that foundation, trust the process, focus on creator connections products. And before you know it, you will double, triple, quadruple your commissions. You just have to keep your head down. Don't compare yourselves to others. I know that's another thing that people struggle with. And go out and keep filming and results will follow. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this storefront audit. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, or if you guys want me to audit your storefront, I will look at it and see if there's an opportunity for me to make a video about it. But I really enjoyed kind of analyzing this and breaking it down, and I hope you guys did too. And if you did, like the video, subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll see you in the next one.